Welcome to Dream by Design with Melissa Banks, where women share their dreams, struggles, and successes. How they were able to persevere despite the fear and create the life they want and deserve. If you're looking for inspiration to move you past where you normally would stop, then this is the show for you. Here's your host, Melissa Banks.
Welcome to Dream by Design with Melissa Banks. I'm excited you could be with us today. I'm your host, Melissa Banks. Today we have another amazing woman to share her journey with us and how she was able to keep going despite the circumstances. Today our guest is personal trainer Alicia Carter. Welcome, Alicia, to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Ms. Banks. Thank you. This is an honor.
I'm so excited to talk to you today because I feel like your field is so interesting to me. So I wanted to start talking at sort of the beginning. That you mentioned that when you had your last child, I believe, that's when you realized that you wanted to do what you're doing now, and that's when you had a passion for that. Tell us about that and how that caused you to see what your passion was.
Well, like I tell a lot of moms, I went through postpartum depression with my third child because when I lost time, you know how you pick up a lot of weight when you're pregnant and you just kind of feel like, you're down, everything is kind of clashing in on you as far as you're overweight, your clothes not fitting anymore, you feel like all your hard work has went to waste. So I just kind of, basically prayed about the thing. I would go for walks and everything. On top of that, people would actually reach out to me like, girl, you just had your baby a couple months ago. How are you losing your weight that fast? I'm like, well, what I don't know is, for one, many days of crying. For two, I just decided I need to get back up and start doing something. Just because I had a baby, don't let that be an excuse as to why I gained all the weight back. And I just kind of feel like people coming in was kind of confirmation for me. And it just kind of geared me off into wanting to actually help people because I said if I could do it the first time, I could do it again. And the first time I've actually had help this go-round has been more so research, different experimenting with my eating. On top of that, people in general just coming to me, telling me you're doing great. And it's just a motivation out there around. They kind of gear me towards wanting to be a personal trainer, wanting to know more about our body, how it's structured, different muscle groups and stuff like that.
Okay, you know what, Alicia, what I heard you say is that you were on the right track. You got pregnant, you had a baby, you gained the weight back. But you know what? You didn't use that as an excuse to stop. See, so often when we're going for our dream, when we're going for our passion and our purpose, what it is that we really want to do, and then we hit a roadblock or a setback, so many of us use that as reasons to stop. And especially with a child, that you had a really great reason that you could have used to just say, you know what, I had a baby, of course I gained some weight, and stopped right there, but you didn't. You pushed forward. And then you also helped other people who were in that same position push forward as well. And that's what it's all about. It's about moving forward and using your circumstances to move you forward rather than to stop you. So kudos to you for that approach for sure.
Thank you so much.
Okay, also, Alicia, you talked about your mom and when you would go for walks with your mom. Recently I had some conversations with my mom about some things we used to do that now are part of my journey and part of who I am. But at the time we didn't realize that what was happening. So you talk about those walks with your mom, and you never thought you'd be a personal trainer at that time. So how did you feel when you look back at that time and then see what you're doing now?
Honestly, it's amazing because, Ms. Banks, I'm going to be honest, I was a little chubby girl growing up. I didn't want to go outside and play with the other kids. My mom said, come on, you need to get out the house. You're always in the house watching TV and stuff like that, And just a little bit on what they were doing was trying to help me become healthier, help me get the weight down then. But I didn't understand that then. But now I see the reason why she was doing what she was doing, trying to, motivate me without hurting my feelings. If that makes sense, because you can't hurt a person's feelings on this journey, too, if you don't come at them the correct way. And I was the sensitive type.
I think that's so awesome, and of course that's what she was doing, but of course you didn't see it at that time. But now, because you're conscious about what you're doing, you're conscious about being healthy all the way around. So she was setting you up. It was all part of your destiny. Because, see, I firmly believe that what we go through is all part of our journey. It's part of the destiny. It doesn't feel like it at the time, but when you look back, you can see those moments where that's why I did that. That's why this happened, and that's what led me to this. So that's an amazing story for you to share.
Thank you.
Your industry is a little different, Alicia. So I was just kind of wondering, when you meet other female entrepreneurs, what type of challenges do you face in that industry? I don't know if the fitness industry is more female or male-based, but what challenges do you face as a female entrepreneur in that industry?
Okay, so for one, I can tell you now is the body type. A lot of people look at, this personal trainer is supposed to be this tone female or even muscle tone male, when I feel like it's so much more than that. I feel like, you can have the knowledge of fitness to actually be in it. Like, that I face that. I also face I want to say the nutrition side of the fitness, because I'm more so of a shake girl, and a lot of trainers more so give their clients food to eat, which is nothing wrong with it, because I stress to everybody now, what works best for you may not work best for the next person. So you have to observe your body going through the phase as far as, are you dropping on this diet plan, or are you dropping on that diet plan, and stick to it. So those are two of the main ones I'm actually facing now, but I'm kind of learning how to deal with that and cope with that. So, and it's actually, since I've been in the industry, I've been getting confirmation that this is for me, if that makes sense to you.
You've been getting confirmation, you said? I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am. I've been getting confirmation. Although I face those challenges, I just feel like I'm not going to be able to look like every other personal trainer out there. You understand what I'm saying? I have to be the person who he calls to be.
Absolutely, absolutely. If you're just joining us, you're listening to Dream by Design with Melissa Banks. Our guest today is personal trainer Alicia Lily Carter. Now, Alicia, I wanted to ask you something you were just talking about was the diet, the nutrition. So in your business, you work with your clients both on nutrition and physical fitness, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Why is it important to work with both of those things for the client?
Because I was always taught it was 80% nutrition, 20% exercise, which is true, because if you're not putting the proper things in your body, your exercise is actually going to waste. And what I mean by that is you can go out here and burn, let's say, 300 to 400 calories in a workout. Well, what if you go eat a meal and you intaking over 1,000 calories in a meal? To me, in not only the calories, but let's think about the type of foods you're putting in your body. You have just wasted a good workout there. So, anything, nutrition is key, because you don't have to have exercise to lose weight. You can actually cut back and lose weight. 3 to 4 days a week, maybe of 30 to 40 minutes of walking will do you just fine. But adding the exercising in maximize those results. And that's what a lot of people, they think they can go out here and work out 2 or 3 days. And, I'm a melt, but it's not like that. If you're not putting the proper things in your body, far as on the nutrition side, you're wasting your time working out.
Wow, that's interesting to hear you say that. But that also makes me think about, because I'm always thinking about dreams and your life and what goes into your thoughts and your mind. So it makes me think of that. What you feed into your body is the same as what you feed into your mind. Even if I have all the tools in place for my business, if I'm not thinking positive, if I'm not thinking success, then I'm not going to have success if that's not what I'm feeding in. So that just made me think about that when you were talking about that. So I noticed on your social media, Alicia, you were speaking with, working with the client, and you seemed as if just the progress that the clients make you feel a certain kind of way, just seeing what progress they make. How do you feel when you've worked with this person, you work with them nutritionally and in their physical fitness, and you see the progress? How does that make you feel?
It excites me, Ms. Banks, because for one to have a person is following me. I'm actually a leader in something I want to do, and they're following my guide, they're following my lead, they're doing what I'm telling them to do, and that's all I ask. If you give me at least 20% of your time, I give you the other 80, meaning I will guide you. You have a question about your nutrition, call me. You need some help with some exercises and you don't see me, hey, I'll shoot you some of my videos that I post, on Instagram. But it just excites me that the person, they're actually wanting a result. I'm not wasting my time with them. They're getting from me what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, I feel like I'm supposed to help this person become physically active. I'm supposed to help this person, start a healthier journey. And to me, that's what I'm doing, and it just brings me so much joy. You just don't understand. I love fitness, and I just love helping people become healthy.
Oh, I love your energy, and I love your excitement. Anybody who knows me knows that just feeds my spirit when I hear a female entrepreneur as excited and passionate about what they're doing. So I absolutely love that. One of the things, though, Alicia, I noticed when I was looking at your social media and the clips of the workouts that you were showing, it just got me excited about what it is that you do. So how important do you feel it is to have a social media presence for your business?
I think it's really important so people can actually follow you on the journey and to see what you are doing. Sometimes, yes, social media can be fake. People can mislead this life. But to me, my fitness journey sharing on social media, like people watching me day by day, I feel like it's important because if they don't know what I'm doing, then, how would they know, okay, she knows she know how to help a person lose weight or help a person eat healthy. And I also feel like that's why I kind of post a lot like what I eat and what I do, because if I'm not showing that like you said, energy, if I'm not showing this energy to the world, then how would they know what I'm doing or what I'm trying to do or how I'm trying to help people, if that makes sense to you? I just feel like it's important because you can't get to everybody with a flyer or I just feel like social media is a worldwide communication, from shares to networking and all types of things like that. So I feel like it's just very important to use as far as on the business side.
I absolutely agree with you. It also shows your commitment and your passion, and you never know if that one person that needed to hear something at that moment and you posted something that got them excited or gave them what they needed to push forward. So I do believe that social media is important to your business. I absolutely do. Okay, so Alicia, I want to talk a little bit about 2020. If we all have a story about 2020, whether it was challenges in that year or successes in that year, because most people I talk with have had some of both. So tell us, how was 2020 for you in your business?
2020 started off kind of rocky. I was a little nervous, honestly. I had signed up to become a personal trainer. Well, I had signed up for the courses last year, and I was procrastinating. I was like, okay, I have a full-time job. I'm at home. How will I make this work? Just a lot of different obstacles. Life hits you so many ways of life, from job to transportation, and still wanting to do my fitness thing, starting a business with my business partner. But on top of that, honestly, I prayed. And then another, you know how you would get certain confirmations, like, I'm going to take you, for example, if you don't mind. You know, it was a post you made. I think I told you about it. It was a post, I want to say you posted maybe last week or so. It was either, I think it was something about you've got the power, you know, you can't wait on someone else. I'm trying to think exactly what you said, but it was something you posted, and it kind of just confirmed and what I was asking God for, you know, despite everything I've been through. It just feel like everything was moving forward. It was everything was working for my good. It may have seemed like it was a struggle then, but when you're moving, I think you said something about when you're moving in the direction of your dreams. I can't put it together, Miss Banks. I'm sorry, but it was something you said. I just hit confirmation. So although 2020 was a struggle, 2021 I came out on top. I finally finished those. Immediately when I posted I was certified, it was just like my inbox was just booming. So I guess I want to say, you know, despite what we go through, we just have to keep pushing forward towards our dreams. Don't give up. Don't let nobody stop you. Don't let nobody get in your way, because what God has for you, it is for you. You just have to put the work in there and have the faith, because if you don't put the work in there, then, hey, I mean, your dreams will never come to reality in my eyesight. You're going to keep prolonging it. You just have to keep fighting for what you want. And 2020, it actually made me who I am today, you know. It made me. I've seen so much as far as the COVID situation goes. I didn't let the gym stop me from working out. I adapted to being at home, was still sharing my journey at home. People saw the weight loss, steady going down at home. You know, you can't let stuff stop you from doing what you want to do. I feel like this in any situation, you know. You just have to pray about it and keep pressing forward, you know.
Absolutely. That is so true, because, you know, when you keep moving, that means you're moving toward in the direction of your dreams. So if you keep moving despite the circumstances, and we all know that 2020 was huge. I'm in the event industry, so it definitely impacted my business tremendously. But I didn't sit down and say, oh, my gosh, what I'm going to do. I kept moving forward. And I think that's what you're saying. You know, you're in the fitness business and you couldn't go into the gym. It didn't stop you from getting your certification. Congratulations, by the way, for that. But it continued. You continued moving, even though the circumstances weren't perfect. And that's what this is all about. That's what this show is all about. It's showing that, you know what, come up, that you can push through those fears and those struggles. You can push through, not looking at your circumstances, and then you can still get to your dreams and desires. And I believe that's what you just showed us that you did. So, Alicia, I did want to ask you, you talked about your chubby days and that during those days you had low self-esteem. So how has your journey helped you to be more comfortable with who you are?
Because it's like your mind shift, Ms. Banks. It's like not only was I working on myself physically, but I was working on myself mentally too. Like I was telling you, I did so much research, you know, and just reading different books and just coming out that shell, people looking up to you. It makes you feel good about yourself, someone looking up to you, you know. To think about, I was a girl who was just being picked on in school because my shoes are leaning, or I got on buddies, or, you know, I'm just overall overweight, you know, and just to feel somebody saying, oh, my goodness, you look good. How did you do this? Help me do this or help me do that. You know, it just makes you feel good. And then my mind it's not. I have grown. Let me say that. I have grown over the years. I have grown spiritually, physically, emotionally. I'm not that crybaby I used to be. I'm a little sensitive, but it's just over just reading and feeding my mind with positive thoughts. It just changed my perspective on a lot of things, on life as a whole, you know. And when my babies see me, they see me working out, and Mama, how you do that? Or Mama, how you did this and stuff like it. It just made me feel so proud, and it just turned everything around. You know, when you lose the weight, it makes you feel better about yourself.
Absolutely. So, Alicia, when you're faced with some of that discouragement that you talked about, and when you're moving, working hard, you know, sometimes you don't have the results right away, you know, so you have to keep pushing and keep plugging and keep going in order to get to the success, to get to the results. Where do you go to find encouragement and inspiration when you're in that place where you need to inspire yourself, not just your clients, but for you? What do you do for encouragement and inspiration?
Honestly, Miss Thanks, every morning I get up, I read the scripture. I just ask him to show me things, whether it's a positive quote, a positive scripture, and I just sit down and write and read. And that's why I tell our through you will get there. You will succeed. You just can't give up. Don't let nothing stop you from going towards your dreams or whatever it is you're trying to do, weight loss, or just becoming healthier. You will get there.
Awesome. Thank you again so much for being here today. I want to make sure that you tell our audience how they can stay connected with you.
Yes, you can find me on Facebook at Alicia Lily Carter. You can also follow me on Instagram at CurvyGirl_FitLife, where I actually post workouts there. And also on YouTube, you can find me under CP Fitness.
Well, thank you again for being here today. This has been a really encouraging and inspirational conversation. And thank you to our audience for tuning in to today's edition of Dream by Design. I'm your host, Melissa Banks, saying all your dreams are possible. Believe in yourself, work hard, and don't quit. Until next time, thank you for choosing Dream by Design with Melissa Banks. Enjoy your day.